Welcome, Leo and Leo Cross Watchers, to your love reading for November 2023. So, we have the relationship situation, then we're going to get what each of you is thinking and feeling about the other person. And of course, we'll pull clarifiers if we need. Um, so, I also wanted to say I apologize that these are all going to be late, just with a couple of papers and some exams. I just wasn't able to get to the reads this week. So, I'm going to try to crank them out over the next couple of days so nobody has to wait for too long. So we have the Hanged Man and Fool reversed for a relationship situation, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles for what's in your headspace. So, okay. We're going to keep going. What's in Leo's heart space? Six of Swords. And their actions or intentions towards their person. Three of Cups. Hold on for a second. I almost asked you, like, okay. All right, let's get the cards out first here before. Okay. Leo, I think you have a secret admirer. So look at even like the difference in the color schemes on the cards, right? So you have the Three of Cups and the Six of Swords. Your person has the Fool, Princess of Cups, and the Princess of Pentacles reversed for their actions or intentions towards you. So, Leo, I feel like somebody here, oh my God, somebody really likes you, like a lot. I know you can't see me right now, but I've got a huge grin. You know, it's one of those things where, like, just going back to when I say, like, back to when I was in high school. It was a long time ago, so please, take this as it resonates. But when you were young in high school or whatever, and you have a crush on somebody, and then somebody is like, not knowing that you have a crush on that other person, they're like, oh, so-and-so has a crush on you. And it's kind of like, what? What did you say? Where did you hear that? Right? It's this moment. Sorry, I'm just actually realizing you can't see all of your cards. It's a little better. And it's almost like there's this moment where this person almost didn't realize that they'd be able to catch, like, I'm hearing like either they'd be able to catch someone like you or find someone like you. I do feel like to a certain extent, this person seems to have a bit of a problem with actually getting things done, right? It's like they may really like you and kind of this secret admirer energy, but I feel like when it comes to actually putting their foot forward, like putting one foot in front of the other, walking over to you to say hello, I feel like that's really where they struggle. I feel like this person is someone that is, it's like they're up in their head a lot. Excuse me. Excuse me. I feel like they are like an overthinker. Sorry, crosswatcher. That's what I'm seeing. To the extent that it's like, it's almost like this person has to work out every single possible scenario, every single response that you could have, and how they're going to address that, how they're going to deal with it before they come towards you. Right? It's like they don't just have plan A, B, C, right? They have plan like A all the way down to Z, right? And it does feel like it's actually coming from a very like innocent place. I feel like that's just how this person's learned to cope. It doesn't feel like it's a very like controlling energy, which I know may sound a little bit strange because it's like trying to control for every outcome, right? But it feels more that it's almost this like protective mechanism because this person knows how soft-hearted they are. I also feel that this person may know, it's almost like they're trying to gauge if it's time, if you're ready, if you're going to be ready for what they have to offer. They don't want to come in. There's almost this energy that like they don't want to come in and do it, like come in too quickly because they want to kind of respect what you're going through right now. But I feel like on the other hand, they seem to feel that if they wait too long, they'll wait forever. Not because of anything you're doing, right? But it's just that's kind of where they're at. I feel like they think about you a lot. It's almost like you'll get this feeling where you kind of tilt your head up and you think of something really nice. I feel like that's this person's energy. While they may be a little bit, hesitant to approach you here, they actually seem to have a very consistent, um, very loving energy. It's almost the like the loving, compassionate energy they have is like Taurusy, Libra, Empressy sort of vibe, right? So, and like I know I say this all the time, but please don't get too hung up on the genders, of course. Okay, that are represented on the cards and that sort of thing. Anyway, because tarot isn't about gender; it's about the energies between and within, right? So, um, here's the thing. I don't know what you've been through, and I won't dig into it too much because I actually feel like if I do, it'll make me cry. Um, because it feels like it's a whatever it was that you lost or walked away or you walked away from, whatever it was incredibly difficult. It's like it hurt you, it hurt your inner child. I feel like it's almost like something that you had looked at and held on to and held very dear. Somebody came along and destroyed it and they tore it apart. And it's almost like for whatever reason, there was nothing that you could do, right? It's almost like you're over here and someone's over there and you're watching them cut down this tree and there's no way that you're going to get to them before that tree comes down. So you just have to watch it happen. It's that type of a thing. And I feel like it does feel like you're in the healing process, right? Because we have the Six of Swords in your heart space. The Six of Swords talks about getting away from that type of from toxicity, from all of those. Usually I would say something like from all those really heavy negative emotions. It doesn't quite carry that. I mean, of course they're sad, but it's almost like even thinking about the concept of the weight of that stuff um, isn't quite where you're at. I feel more that it's like it's this sorrowful release when you look at it. I'll be honest, I'm not so sure this person knows what you're going through. They may know something. They may know that you're going through something. Um, I feel like this person definitely doesn't realize the gravity of what's happening with you right now. And it's almost like this person, to their credit, okay, it looks like they just kind of want to come in, bring a little bit of bring a little bit of lightness. Oh, there's another Six of Swords. Lightheartedness, a little bit of fun, not realizing that it would actually seem frivolous to you right now. Right? It's almost like with what's going on. I heard with what's going on in the world. I'm not gonna comment on any of that. I'm woefully, unqualified to talk about any of it. But I don't know. Anyway, um, it just feels like whatever it is. I mean, of course, it's not like it felt good when it happened. Okay, let's be really clear about that. But I feel like the reason that you're healing from all of this is because at least it's over, right? Maybe watching them cut down that tree was earth shattering at the time, but it feels like there's this, like the healing or the salve that seems to be dampening the sorrow from it is that it's over, right? Like at least whatever was happening is over. So from what I'm seeing, I feel like you may, uh, Leo, I think you're going to be coming out of your shell a little bit. I feel like you may want to, the Three of Cups often can, for me as a reader, it usually means a third party card. However, big but here. um, I, f- it feels more that it's like you're just starting to come out of maybe self isolation or whatever you were kind of grappling with. It's almost like you're starting to see that part of like the next step in your healing process is coming out of like this self-imposed isolation. And I feel like this person, there there's something about your demeanor, there's something about the fact that they can't seem to make eye contact with you, that it's like it tells them that it's not the right time. It tells them that like it's just not where your head's at. It almost feels to them, it's like they may not be entirely, it might be in their subconscious. All of a sudden, I'm having a hard time staying awake. I've been fine this whole time. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's almost like someone takes the wind out of this person's sails, because I feel like they realize that it's like it would be disrespectful to what's going on with you for them to approach you. So it's almost like maybe they would come, let's say, for example, that everyone is at a party, right? I feel like they might come up to you with every intention of like, approaching you romantically or whatever. And and it's like they're going to see something in you, something about you that's going to make them be like, "Oh, did you try the cheese puffs?" Or so, I don't know what hors d'oeuvres are, what people eat at parties. But it's like they're coming up to you to strike up a conversation about some, to move this forward. And I feel like when they get there, um, it may seem, if you're not able to see through what they're doing initially, it's almost like you're going to be looking at this person like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Some of you may look at it like, are you distracting me so somebody can do something over there? Like, what is going, not sinister over there, but it's almost like, um, it just feels like because what this person is talking about is a little bit odd, odd in that like, what would you come all the way over here to talk to me about this for? It's like you're wondering like, well, is someone going to come out over there and like spray whipped cream on me or something as like a prank? Or like, it just feels like you're looking at it like, what the is going on? And I feel like that energy of feeling like someone might be playing a prank on you, it actually feels like it's coming from, you're accurate when you say, when you feel that what this person is doing or the conversation that they're having with you is not their actual intention, or at least original intention. And I feel like that kind of like, well, something's off. That energy is actually coming from a place of, they may get to a point for some of you in that conversation where they feel like it's almost like it's taken, you might not want to hear this, it's taken so long for you to heal from whatever happened that they feel like you might never. Not that you might never heal, but that you might not ever be open enough to start something with them, at least. They certainly want your attention. But they're going to kind of respect it's almost like respect your energy, respect your wishes, right? They're not going to come in and try to like do anything here. Some of you may know. Let's put that on the table. Some of you may know that this person is interested, but because you're going through what you're going through, you're not interested in starting anything yet. I feel like some of you may see this person as, I don't know how else to say this, like a viable option, but it's not even something that is like, can be in your headspace right now. You know what I'm saying? So Okay. I'm just, 1 second here. What's interesting too is that at the bottom of both decks we have nines, right? So it's like it's not quite the 10. The 10 is when you're kind of closing it up, you're tying up the bag, you're about to throw it out, right? The 9 is when you're, let's say for example, you're, walking around collecting all the garbage bags into that one big bag, right? And it's like with the 9, you still haven't headed out to, how do I say this? With the 10 of Swords, it's like you've already put the garbage bag in the garbage bin and you're dragging it out to the road. You're going to leave it behind. The 9 of Cups hasn't got to the garbage can yet, right? And I feel like this is just where they're at. Okay, it's not to put anything on you or make you feel some type of way or rush you. I don't think it would anyway, but I just wanted to say that. They are really lonely. I feel like this is someone that feels that they don't have connections with people very often. Some people who, the quintessential extrovert, not saying that either of you is introvert, extrovert, whatever. But if you've ever seen a real introvert at work, they just seem to be able to talk to people and they just, not at work, but like in their element. It's like they just shine. People are drawn to them. You know what I mean? And I feel like this person isn't that. Even if they are that to a certain extent, feeling like they have real connections where they actually want to explore a relationship with somebody is not something that comes along very frequently for them. And excuse me, they really do want to explore something with you. Part of them feels like, obviously they feel that it's not the right time, but part of them feels like, are they going to be able to wait around long enough for it to become the right time? It doesn't feel like they're kind of running away from it. It feels like if you feel them kind of retract their energy, it's because they need a break from it. Not from you, right? But it's like they need a break from hoping and waiting for something that hasn't come yet. So, I think we're going to pull some advice for you guys because what the heck? Okay. Can we get some? Hold on for a second. What is this person? Hold on for a second. Okay, so they have a message. So what do they want Leo to know? It says dance with life, do something to change your energy, and the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So, I feel like there's a message from this person, but it also feels like there's a message from, what you see as your higher power, your higher self, your guardian angels, whatever you see as the higher power. I feel like no one's going to push anything on you, but it does feel like it's almost like there's this message that people don't want to see you suffer anymore. And it's not going to be pushed on you. It's not like someone's going to, run roughshod over your free will here. But I feel like there's a gift that's being offered to you. And it's almost like, and there's more than just this person that's hoping that you'll take it. It's almost this energy of like, it may take a while for this to come back around or another person of this nature to come back around. It's almost like this higher power knows that you'll regret not exploring this if you don't. They know that you'll regret it. And it's like, it was intended to be a gift. They don't want you to feel that way, right? Like, you've been through some real nonsense here, some real shiz. There's a gift that's being offered to you. And because it's almost like, I almost said the timing was off, but it's not quite that. It's almost like whoever kind of orchestrated this all to happen right now, it's like they didn't think it through. They thought that you would heal faster, but then other elements it's like that they kind of weren't expecting to have the impact that it did on you. They didn't expect it to hit you that hard. Like, not the initial event, but other like things that trickled down. They didn't expect it to have as much of an impact on you. And it's almost this energy of like, they kind of realize that the choice that you're being faced with right now isn't fair. It's almost like they kind of want to rush. I almost said they want to rush your healing, but it's actually more like, if you open to this, it'll kind of be like a whoosh of healing. It's almost like that last bit, that last, getting from the 9 to the 10. It almost feels like this entity wants to come in and like, they'll just do it for you at this point because, for God's sakes. And it's not, oh, for God's sakes, Leo, get with the program. It's like, for God's sakes, everybody needs to frickin' chill with Leo. It's more that. So, can we get some advice for Leo? So we have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided at Starseed. What lights you up? This might sound strange, and I'm not trying to hop up on my soapbox, but it might sound that way. Leo, I feel like there's a message here that you can be happy and sad at the same time. I mean, it's clear that you've gone through it, right? That's been a pretty constant focus throughout this read. But there's almost this message of like, you may have been in that, stuck, held back in that sorrow energy for so long that it became the new normal. And when opportunities came to kind of shine some light on that or bring a little bit of light into your life, it's almost like, excuse me. It's almost like they didn't attract you. They didn't get your attention because it didn't fit with the new normal. And I feel like there's this message that, like, from what I'm seeing from you, I feel like you know at this point, it's almost like at this point, you know it to be true that it's going to be a hard path to get there. And I feel like there's a message here that it's like, actually, someone is trying to make it a lot easier for you to get there. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But it involves trust. And it's almost this energy of like, this is what it is, okay? You obviously got burned. You obviously dealt with something that was pretty big, and then that was amplified by more things piling on top of it. And I feel like there's this message that it's like, you've done it, you've got through it. And it's like, and this obstacle facing you now is realizing that it's over. Right? It's almost this energy of like, when you're in crisis, a lot of people will like kick into high gear and they power through it, right? And I feel like, so that happened, and then it's like the gravity of it came upon you, And I feel like it's almost like it was so thick. It was like you were encased in, you should have been walking through fog, but you were walking through like a pool filled with jello. It's practically impossible, right? Not practically impossible, but it's quite a bit more challenging. And I feel like there's complete faith here that you are going to be walking through this. It just feels like this here is trying to make it a bit easier for you. I feel for some of you, this person is kind of intended to be a guide to help you remember what it felt like to have fun, to enjoy yourself, to be joyful, to get back to who you were. Obviously with wisdoms and lessons and all that sort of stuff, but to pull your Leo energy back in. So, Leo, I think I'll leave it there. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I love you guys. And hopefully we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.